Welcome back. So you're watching this video about how to access the course material. I'm also going to talk to you about what you're going to see on the dashboard, due dates. I've got a bit of a head cold right now, so if I sound, well, I suppose you don't know how I normally sound, but I sound a little different. Um, First thing is important how to access the information or access the content. From your D2L page here, where you found this video, if you click under materials and under content, here we go. You're going to see some different things pop up. A couple of these you won't know, or you won't see what's on my screen because some of them are hidden from you. But you will see this Hawks SSO. That's the single sign on. The first time that you access your course content, you have to click on this link. So this you have to click on this link to get there. After you've clicked on this link, now you don't have to go through this link every time. But for the first time, you'll click on that Hawks SSO single sign on, and it should take you to the dashboard. This is the first time that I have used Hawks. I've taught statistics before, but I've used a different learning platform. And so when I say it should, if it doesn't, let me know right away. It doesn't work. This isn't happening. I'm not able to get on. Send me that angry email. Be nice about it. Whatever. But send that information to me so I can fix it or at least get on top of what's going on. So you should see this. Beginning Statistics, third edition is our course content. And I'm actually going to go back to that materials page. So this is under materials and content again. And if you scroll down a little bit further, you won't see this sync tool. That's just for me, but you'll see all these links here. I'm going to show you both ways to get to the material. What one way is to do this is to go through and click section 1.1, section 1.2, section 1.3, and that will take you to the Hawks portal, to the place where you're going to do the material. So that's one way to get there, is just to click directly from D2L, 1.1, 1.2, the different sections. It'll take you right here. And I'm going to walk you through these three things here in a second. If you are just on the site that's called the dashboard here, and you click on the beginning statistics, third edition. Oh, I'm in a different site. I guess I can't have multiple ones open. See if it lets me. Here we go. It did. Good. So yeah, you can go straight from that dashboard, click on the textbook, and then you have three different tabs here: a to-do list, the lessons, and the web tests. I personally, if I were looking at this, I would not use this tab, the to-do list tab. And the reason for that is I'm not sure how to fix this. It has the quizzes first, or two of the quizzes first, and then some of the lessons. And that's not really the order they should go in. So I guess I would recommend going over to the lessons, and then it goes kind of in order there, and then the web tests, which I'll talk about in a second. I'm going to monitor my time here too. Okay, a little bit about time management. You're going to notice on the side here, in February, you have a whole bunch of stuff due in February. I've grouped the lessons. This is an asynchronous class, so you're working on your own timetable, but there are due dates. I wanted to give you some freedom. You know, I can only work once a week or something. So having due dates more periodically really goes against that asynchronous idea, but I need to have some due dates in there. So chapter 1, 2, and 3, all the lessons, review, and quizzes for 1, 2, and 3 are all due on February 4th. So that gives you, see if this pops up. Here we go. So if today's the 8th, that you're looking at this, or at least this week here, that gives you 1, 2, 3. That gives you 4 weeks to do 3 chapters worth of material. Okay, so if you do a chapter a week, you'll be a little bit ahead of the game. Not a lot. It doesn't give you a ton of buffer room, so I wouldn't try and push it till the very last second. But if you did 1 chapter a week, you do, I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the review. So that's 5 things in chapter 1 and a quiz. So the quizzes, under the web tests here, you have one quiz for chapter 1, a quiz for chapter 2, a quiz for chapter 3, and then you're going to have a unit test on chapters 1, 2, and 3. So really, in chapter 1, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lessons and a quiz. That's 6 things to do for that chapter. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 lessons and a quiz. That's 5 things in chapter 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things in chapter 3. So about 5 things a week will get you a little bit ahead of time, or a little bit ahead of the game. You won't be rushing to the very last second. Be mindful of those due dates. Count ahead. How many things do I have to finish by March 3rd? It's a lot of time. I mean, it's 4 weeks. It's about a month to finish, but you've got a lot of lessons to do. So make sure that you're watching that timetable. Set a priority for yourself. I'm going to do this many things a week, or I'm going to do this many things every time I sit down. Work on that time management ahead of time. Set up some schedule for yourself so you're not missing those deadlines at the very end. So you have these lessons to get through. They're all open, so you can work faster if you want. And then the quizzes and tests are here too. So that's where you can find all that information. How am I doing on time here? Okay, I still got a little bit. Within each lesson, so this is lesson 1.1, there's a lot of ways that you can go about doing this. If you want to just start with the textbook, you can do learn. Here's the textbook right here. See if it'll let me without moving my head. I might exit my head for a minute. Here we go. So you can read the textbook if you want to do that. Take some notes. That's great. Work through all that material. There are some embedded videos in here. You can also jump straight to the videos. So if you don't want to read the text, but you'd rather watch some videos about it, getting started, examples. So you can look at those videos. So some of you are going to want to look at the material first, watch some videos, read the text, take some notes. That's great. The next step is to practice. So you're going to practice the material. You get an unlimited number of tries on the practice. So you can practice this as much as you want. Some of you are going to jump straight to the practice. You're not going to want to read the textbook, but you want to try it and see if you already know how to do it. So you might look at this and go, determine if the statement describes a population or a sample, and you're going to go, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm looking at. I don't know what this is. You can go to this tutor button, and it will walk you through step by step. What are we asking a question about? Okay, maybe I answer this, and it says you have entered an incorrect answer to this step. You can either display the answer. There's only 2 options, so I'm just going to try again. Okay, so it should have been the whole group. Take some note for yourself. What language am I looking for? How can I tell if it's the whole group or just part of the group? You can display step-by-step answers and keep going. Maybe I should try reading it one of these times. But you get the idea. So that's one way to go about doing this, is to tutor. And so look back through the questions as a tutor. You can try similar questions. You can move on. So that's one way to do it. You can skip the question for now. So once you're there, you have kind of these options. If you guess, if you try it, and I got it on that one, of course. If you try it and you get it wrong, you can try again. You can explain the error. So now again, you have an explanation of what you did wrong. There's a step-by-step how to correctly do it. You can look back at the text. You can see the solution. There's all these ways for you to productively fail. You can get the answer wrong and do something about it. Learn what you should have done. Learn why the answer is what it was supposed to be, because the language will be the same on the quizzes and tests. So you can unlimited number of practice or attempts, on the practice. And this is where you get a grade. So certify is where you try the problems and you get a grade for it. You won't have those tutor options with the certify. They're just going to give you the problem and tell you whether you got it right or wrong. You do, however, you can keep trying the certify. so you can keep trying to certify until you get it. You don't get one try at it. So you can certify multiple times until you get at least an 80%. So a mastery is 80% or better. If you get an 80%, that is going to translate to a 100% in the gradebook. So to finish this lesson and certify that you understand it, you need to get an 80% or better. If you get that 80% or better, that will transfer to the gradebook as being 100% on that assignment, on that lesson. If I'm going through this too quickly, click around. If you can't find it, or if you're not sure what to do, if you're not doing it right, or if you have questions, please let me know. So that's the practice. All those lessons you can learn, you can practice, and you can certify. And all of those you have an unlimited number of attempts at to get that homework grade. The web tests, so again, you have a quiz for each chapter, and then you have a unit test for chapters 1, 2, and 3. You get one try for those. One try for the quiz, one try for the test. You get a 1 hour chunk of time to do the quiz. I can't show you the quiz because it's not available yet. So your one attempt at the quiz, 60-minute time block to do it in. You can use your notes. I'm not going to stop you from using your notes because I'm not there. But if you've taken notes on how to do these problems, population, sample, standard deviation, whatever the material is, you can use those notes to work through those quizzes. So that's how you access the material. Up at the top here is where you can get back to the main page. You can see your grades. You can go straight to the ebook. The ebook is the lessons. That's the text that we're looking at. And you can see that ebook and have that up. So that's where you can find all that information. That's where you find the tests and the quizzes. Be really conscious of your timetable. Watch that time management. Make sure you get things done ahead of time in case something comes up in your life and you can't get something done that particular day. You got extra hours at work, whatever. Be really conscious of those due dates. The chapter tests are due on a slightly different timetable. And that's just to give you a chance to review back and look back at some of that material. Because I want to make sure that you have the time that you need to do well on the tests, but be mindful of those due dates. You have about 4 weeks for each chunk of chapters, about 3 chapters in each chunk. Again, please email me. Let me know if you have any questions, and good luck.